This is the city of Absalom, the city at the center of the world. Absalom is celebrating the Radiant Festival, a 3-month festival of epic proportions held once every 100 years. The celebration attracts all types: tourists, performers, merchants, inventors, as well as unsavory types, petty thieves, gangs, cults, and criminal enterprises. That's where we come in. We protect and serve. We are the Agents of Edgewatch.
Hey everyone, welcome to Roll for Combat Agents of Edgewatch. I'm your GM and host, Team Glicker, and in this week's episode, the agents have their task: infiltrate the Blood Games, find the bomb, and save Absalom. Seems like they have to do this like every week. It's sort of becoming like their thing. So this part of the adventure, believe it or not, I actually have a personal connection to this. I actually wrote for this adventure. I kind of forgot about it because, I don't know, I've written actually for a lot of adventures, but this one I was asked to design a couple of monsters. And I was asked to design some of the monsters that you're going to be seeing in the Blood Games. There are some combat, some big fights in the arena, and I actually was asked to create one of the big battles. And I created a awesome monster. I can't get into it. I will get into it later, probably after this adventure is over, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what I created. But unfortunately, I found out later that it was cut, even though I created it and was paid for it, and I actually think the monster was fantastic, but it didn't fit into the theme exactly, so they changed it. And that actually happens a lot. That happens all the time, especially when you work for Paizo, is that you will create a monster, and there's 2 reasons why it might get cut. One reason is it just doesn't fit into the adventure, and that makes sense. I get that. The other reason, which sucks, is that you write the monster, and then they can't fit it into the physical book. That stinks. I actually created an incredibly cool monster for Extinction Curse, and they cut it. And here's the weird part. Now, this is actually one of my big claims to fame. In the beginning of every single monster section, they always have a half page depicting the monsters. And every single time that I have written a monster for Adventure Path, including Starfinder, the monster they show is my monster. Every single time. So I have lots of these half pages showing my monster, and this one's no different. So the monster I created in this adventure is called the Berengi. They actually never appear in the adventure itself, and I never actually managed to fit it in. I could have tried something like that, and I probably should have in retrospect, but it's too late now. It's a level 9 creature. It's aquatic, and it's like this fish type creature. But what's really cool is that they fish for humanoids on land. That's right. What they do is that they actually find areas that have fishing lures, and what they do is that they are smart enough that they go up to the fishing lures, and then they tug on them to make the humanoid think that there's a fish on the line, and then they violently pull the lure and hopefully make the prey fall into the water, and then they eat them. So that was the monster I came up with, sort of a reverse fisherman. They also have this pretty cool ability where they can capsize ships. They have these gigantic wing claws where they grab onto the bottom of the hull, and they can actually capsize the ship and then eat everyone on board. I have a whole bunch of cool abilities on this monster, and there's actually big enough ones, these Berengi Leviathans, that are so gigantic and so monstrous. They can actually grab the hull of a ship, grabbing the gunwales with their hook claws, and then they pull the whole thing down into the sea. So basically I took the concept of fishing, and instead of humanoids capturing fish, I have fish capturing humanoids. But of course they couldn't use anything like lures or anything like that, so they just use, their monstrous hook claws, and they have the cool ability where they're smart enough to actually see fishing lures, and then they pull people in. Also note, this is probably the last monster that I actually have in a Paizo book for quite a while. I used to write a whole bunch of monsters. I wrote a whole bunch for Starfinder, a whole bunch for Pathfinder, but they haven't asked me for a while, and quite frankly, now that I have the Battles of Bestiary in my own line, I can put out monsters whenever I want. Although there is something pretty cool about having your monster in a Paizo Adventure Path, and then recently, I don't know if anyone saw this, but in one of the most recent Adventure Paths, the Battles of Bestiary Husk was in the Adventure Path, so it has come full circle. I have written monsters for Paizo, and now Paizo is taking monsters from Battles of Bestiary and putting it into their Adventure Paths, and they gave me credit. How freaking cool is that? Okay, you might not care, but I care. I think it's pretty damn neat. Who knew? That was my calling. In fact, when I was working with Paizo, I always wanted to do other things, but they just kept giving me monsters because they're like, you're good at writing them. And for better or for worse, I was just getting monsters over and over and over again. So I just kept writing them. And then I thought, you know what? If I'm good at monsters, why don't I do bestiary about monsters? And then I went from there. You know what I'm going to do in the future? I'm going to look up all the monsters I did, and I will give you the list. So if you ever want to run one of my monsters in your game from the Paizo books, I'll let you know what they are. I know for a fact I also did the Boogeymen. I actually did all three of them. There's like a Bogey, a Boogeyman, and a Boggy. I forgot what the middle one was, but I wrote the whole family for those. I wrote the Brengi in this. I've written a few others. I can't remember them all. I'll look them all up and I'll give you guys the full list. So if you ever want to like try them out, you can. And while I'm talking about monsters, hey, RPG Superstar 2021, it is over and all the winners have been announced. So make sure you check that out. Just go to rpgsuperstar.com and you can see all the winners. And that means that we're going to be working on a new Battles of Bestiary very soon. However, there's something coming very, very soon. I don't have the exact details, but in the very near future, you know this thing where we have Build a Monster, or rather Mark Seifter does Build a Monster Workshop on his Arcane Mark channel? What we do is we actually build the monster live on his channel, him and Linda, and usually a guest, sometimes me, sometimes other people, and they will just build a monster live with everyone there watching, and they build it from beginning to end. Well, I did this a couple of months ago with myself, Mark, Linda, and Nonad1, and the monster we built was so freaking good. First of all, I'm going to be putting that one into the new Battles of Bestiary because I loved that monster. It was a half angel, half ooze creature that was just disgusting and really one of the best monsters I've actually seen in a long time. If I was ranking that, and we rank our monsters for the RPG Superstar, like let's get 1 to 10, this thing was like a 9. Seriously, this thing was a really, really good monster. And this thing was built by the community. I couldn't believe it. We are going to be doing this in the near future, and you too can help build monsters like we do with the Build a Monster Workshop. And guess what? Here's the big news. We will credit you. That's right. We'll credit you. If your ideas are used, we're going to credit you, and we're going to include that monster in the new Battles of Bestiary. So the new Battles of Bestiary is going to have a mixture of winners from RPG Superstar as well as monsters created by the Roll for Combat community. So we're going to be mixing it up this year. We're going to be adding a whole bunch of new monsters. So for those of you who didn't necessarily win RPG Superstar, or those of you who did win RPG Superstar and want to keep creating monsters, make sure you check out the YouTube channel and subscribe, because that's where we're going to be doing it, on the Roll for Combat YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.rollforcombat.com, make sure you hit subscribe, and YouTube will be alerted when we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this probably at night. I know our show is during the day, but I want to have Linda help us out, and Linda works during the day, so we're going to be doing this at night, and we're still figuring out the days and the times, but we're going to be doing something in the near future where you two can hang out with us, build monsters, get credit, and have a lot of fun. So be on the lookout for that in the very, very near future. And of course, don't forget, do check out RPG Superstar if you want to see the monsters that won. But with that, let's get to this week's show notes. First up, go to rpgsuperstar.com, check out the winners. There's a good mix of strange and unusual this year. The monsters submitted this year were really, really strong, so we got some really good ones in there. Next up, Dragon Ancestries. That thing is almost done. Oh, it's so close. So close to being done. It's just going through I keep saying it's going through final edit. Thing is, we have like 100 plus pages to do. So we do a couple pages every day. I try to do about 5 to 10 pages a day. So even if you do 5 to 10 pages a day, it's still going to take like 2-3 weeks. So it's actually taking a little while, but we're still on track to have it done by the end of this month, which is March, and the book will be out. So be on the lookout for that. Again, check it out. We're doing previews of it. If you don't subscribe to the newsletter, just go to rollforcombat.com and the pop-up will come up. Make sure you subscribe to that because we are going to be doing previews on all the weekly newsletters of the Dragon book as well as other monster books. So check that out. Plus, we're building a monster and you two can help out build the monster. So check that out. Of course, don't forget, do check out our YouTube show. I don't have it every week because I've been traveling a lot and it's hard for me to actually do the show when I'm traveling. So check that out, though. We are going to be doing the show in the near future. I'm not going anywhere for quite a while. So do check that out. Just go to youtube.rollforcombat.com, subscribe, and you can listen to myself and Mark and special guests like Nonad1, who was just on the show recently, talk about various topics in the role-playing world. Next up, do check out the Patreon. Just go to patreon.rollforcombat.com. You too can get the shows early and watch us and talk to us live when we record the shows. Right now we record them Sunday nights and Monday nights. Do check out the website, rollforcombat.com, where you too can read recaps of every single episode by Mr. Jason McDonald. Do check out the Discord channel. Just go to discord.rollforcombat.com. You too can play games, hang out, and chat with everyone. It's a fun time. And finally, oh my god, I think I hit everything. I think I did them all. Okay, how about that? Let's just get to this week's exciting adventure. Last we left off, you decided to try to find out where this clockwork poison bomb was. You found the person, you found their loft, you knocked down the door, you found the deadly trap. And although it did not kill you, it sure as hell tried. But instead, you found the crazy spiderweb of notes and information and conspiracy theories, and it turns out that you're going to have to enter the Arena Games, the big event, the Blood City Games, which starts tomorrow morning, bright and early, before dawn, and it's going to be one day. You have literally one day to infiltrate the games. An arena that's like a mile long, where there's going to be tens of thousands of people at this arena. It's basically a city within a city, and you need to find the bomb. Where and how and when this bomb will go off, you have no idea. But you know it's there. You know there's a bomb. And you know that that's your job. And you have to fight in the arena too while you're at it. You got to fight and perform. So with that, you went potion shopping, you went scroll shopping, and you leveled up. Everyone wakes up bright and early, first thing in the morning, ready to go to that arena. And who wants to go first and say how amazing they are now that they're level 11? We've reached the hump. We're on the other side. We're in the scary part. First double digits, level 10. That was a big deal, but not level 11. Oh boy, oh boy.
Can I go first since mine is underwhelming?
Underwhelming? I think everyone's kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, believe me, I'll beat you underwhelming.
I think Gomez is the only one that actually comes out smelling like roses. Otherwise, the rest of you were like, what did you get? It's like, I got a +2 to my acrobatics.
I know.
That's like about it.
In the words of Charlie Brown, I got a rock.
All right, Basil, what did you get?
The main things I got were a skill increase, which I raised occultism since we seem to be dealing with a lot of that, so now that's expert. I took robust recovery, which, if I remember correctly, it increases I can increase the saving throw on poisons and diseases for myself or someone else. And the other thing I took was multilingual. And I forget what the second choice was, but I also took Abyssal, since we seem to be dealing with a lot of that as well. So, nothing for combat. Nothing for I don't get new spells until next level because I'm a hybrid caster. Like since I'm an archetype caster, I get my spells at even levels instead of odd levels. So pretty boring.
Abyssal and the Thistle. Well, now you can speak like demons. You can speak to Lo Mang in his native tongue.
We're running into a lot of demons. What can I say?
There you go.
I actually only speak Orcish and Common.
Well, who wants to go next?
Well, Lo Mang also very underwhelming, unlike last level, and got a master's degree in acrobatics now, which is nice, and also a path to perfection for fortitude saves. So that's a master level, which is also good. And that is more or less it.
How many hit points you got now?
Oh, I have a lot of hit points. 175.
175. That's like inhuman how many that is.
I need every one of them.
So that's like 3 attacks.
So, like, if I'm down, like, 20 hit points, I like to get healed quickly.
Jeez. God.
That's just
Right.
how-
170. That is so ridiculous. It's just...
So Dougie's
it's all relative, but yes, it is. It's a lot. He's tough.
Dougie will go next because like we're saving the best for last, that's for sure. So yeah, Gomez will go after me, but Dougie's we're so bad it's almost a joke. Okay, so this is his one of his class features that unlocked when he got to level 11. Rogue expertise. My proficiency rank for my rogue class increases to expert.
Woo.
Not master, expert. And for my skill feat, I got Underwater Marauder, which means I'm not flat-footed in water. And that's kind of it. He got
Your sneak attack went up.
Sneak attack went up by it's 3d6 now for sneak attack,
Okay.
which I never get. But I mean, doing damage is not Dougie's problem. That's for sure. So yeah, more the merrier. So that's Dougie, and he's got 151 hit points.
Gomez. I think Gomez was bearing the lead because sure he got 6 level spells and sure he got all this magical abilities, but he finally cracked 100 hit points. I think
That's right.
That's the lead story right there.
That is right. That's true. And I think that's actually going to be the policy. Anybody who has my hit points or fewer is in critical condition and must get healed. And Gomez, therefore, is always 100% of the time in critical condition and must get healed.
That makes sense.
First thing I do when I wake up, on that note, is cast Vital Beacon. So let's get that out of the way.
What's that do?
That's his thing, his
That's
heal
the
touch
heal
thing.
where you can touch me and heal me and get healed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to note that. Gomez is now really embracing the yin-yang quality of being both the good cop and the bad cop. He was like leveraging intimidation this entire time. Now he's bringing up diplomacy. He's got the new ability. It brings diplomacy up to master level, so they're both master level. Intimidation and diplomacy, they're only like 1 point apart in plus. And Glad Hand. I can immediately make an impression without having to spend the minute or 10 minutes or whatever it is that you normally have to talk. Just immediately, I put out my hand and I can immediately diplomatize them to improve their impression of me, but at a -5 penalty. And that's my stat. But for the big deal, Chain Lightning, 6th level spell. I also have Flesh to Stone, can turn things to stone, and Repulsion, which means I can just be repulsive. Like things will not want to come near me. But Chain Lightning is actually a little crazy for this one element. Sure, it does a decent amount of damage, 8d12. Sure, that can go at arcs from target to target to target. Anything with like anything that's at 30 feet. So if you go to 1, anything within 30 feet of that is a valid target. Anything within 30 feet of that is a valid target, and so on and so on. If something makes a critical success, that it breaks the chain. But as long as that doesn't happen, it can go on indefinitely for whatever number of targets that are in the ultimate range. And the ultimate range, this spell has a range of 500 feet. That is very far.
Is that making arcs of 30 feet over and over again?
Right.
Okay.
So if there's
it's coming back to you then. Basically,
it's
coming back to you.
I decide the targets. So I pick the targets.
Oh, so you don't? There's no
Yep.
chance. I'm looking at Dougie, and I know I'm already going to get hit with this.
Yeah,
thing.
no. It's directed by me.
Nice.
Nice. You can end chain at any point. I can't target the same creature more than once, and I have to have line of effect on all targets. But I pick who the targets are. So it's like I play Pigpen with the enemy. But if there's an army of like 500. And I do geometry correctly, I can hit them all of it. It's not
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
And wait, it's
Unlimited power.
Wait, how many
Unlimited
targets?
Unlimited targets. Like all they have to do is it goes from one. Like each space is make a save, and so as soon as somebody critical successes,
Yes, then
that
it stops
it.
Yeah.
That stops it. So I'd have to get very lucky. I mean, but it would be odds. But hypothetically, like we're in this stand in this auditorium, if I just turned evil and wanted to kill the crowd and they're all like 0th level schmoes, hypothetically, I could just go to one and just ask them, are you entertained? And if the answer is no, it is a bad day for them.
Then that's the bad cop.
Exactly.
The really bad cop. It doesn't get weaker with each jump?
It doesn't. I roll.
Wow.
And not only that, I roll damage once, and that's the damage.
That is really surprising. That's
It's crazy.
good. Okay.
And of course, and it's my signature spell. So as I level up, I'm going to add a D12.
Oh, man.
All right. So, you know what needs to get done. What are you going to do?
Let's head off to...
Yeah, let's go to the arena. Let's go off to the arena. Are there gonna be goblin crunchies on the way along to the arena?
No.
I think I'm one of them.
Yeah. I like Gomez's healing philosophy. Anyone 2 digits is critically wounded.
I think he needs to heal sooner than that.
No, you're fine until 99.
Yeah, there's like that's red. That's red. There's
Yeah.
green, which is you're at
And
full, and then there's different shades of yellow and orange, which is beneath that. And then if you get to where my hit points are, you're red, and I am always red.
Okay. You arrive at the Aurorium, and it is still early enough that the summer sun has barely risen above the horizon, but already you can see hundreds upon hundreds of spectators have already lined up, eager to enter the Colosseum to watch a day of combat. You know to head over to the service gate, aka the competitor's entrance. And there you are met by Lord Ganfint of House Ketlin, the Aurorium's master of blades. In fact, when you see him, he doesn't even look like a fighter. He looks kind of like a bureaucrat. But he waves you over because he was expecting you. And he's the only person who knows who you are and that you're undercover. He's the man on the inside. So hopefully nothing happens to him because he knows who you truly are. But that's actually not true because there's also Star Watch all over the place. In secret and outside the arena, mixed in with the regular guards, as this is a huge spectacle. The arena itself, as I said, is 500 feet wide and 1,000 feet in length. The arena map that you see in front of you, each square is 25 feet, so don't get excited and think, oh, this map isn't that big.
Oh,
I tried to actually put this map into the VTT, and it was too big. It actually is like, yes, you cannot put a map 1,000 by 2,000 feet with 5-inch squares. So some of this might be abstracted later today. So anyhow, as you meet Ganfin, he looks at you and says, "Oh, so you're the new contestants?"
I flash him a winning smile. So -5, so I get a 20.
20.
That's a losing smile.
It is a losing smile. I rolled a 2.
Why was it -5?
Because that's how the defeat works. It's like rather than talk to him, I just immediately do it, but it's a -5 penalty.
Oh, okay. He's smiles back at you, and it's like, well, all right. How's everything? You ready for today? You know it's going to be a long day, right? And you're the very first event. You're opening up the event today. So
these are not fights to the death, right?
No. In fact, we discourage fights to the death. In fact, it's strongly recommended that you just fight to either when we call it or when the crowd seems to have had enough. But no. There occasionally some of the fighters will fight to the death. But no.
Well, they are using swords and things sometimes, right? Like there's deadly weapons for the most part.
Oh yes, of course. But people are really trying to make spectacle of this, and if people are dropped far enough, they'll usually go unconscious, and our medics will come out and quickly revive them, or they will simply give up, and that's often very much the case. So it's occasionally people will fight to the death, such as the current champion. They is unfortunately known to kill all of his opponents, or nearly all of them, but again, that's very rare. That's very rare.
Except for him.
He doesn't fight fair?
Oh, he fights fair. He just
he's devastating.
He just doesn't give up, and he likes to keep going even after his opponents beg for mercy. And although we're fast, well, you can see the size of the arena. A few seconds could be the difference between life and death here. So, and unfortunately, the crowd does love it.
Yes, the bloodlust. Right, so what's the plan? So do we fight as a group, or do we have to do single mano combat?
No. You fight as a group. In fact, what is the name of your group, and what are your names? Obviously, you don't need to tell me your real names. Although you sure look familiar. Have you been in the papers?
I was in the Craigslist section.
Yeah. So, everyone here is old friends. They've been fighting it with each other and against each other. It's sort of like a family at this point. Every so often we get someone from out of town and they don't know exactly how to play by the rules. But you should be relatively safe. I wouldn't worry too much.
Well, people call us Dougie's Enforcers.
That's the name of your group, Dougie's Enforcers?
I think Lomang has an idea too.
I do have an idea. It could be the Cheesaw Gang.
Exactly. Cheesaw
I like
gang.
the Cheesaw Gang.
Oh, the Cheesaw Gang. I think that's an old hackneyed used term that has been showing up in many past adventures. So many so that maybe it's time for a new gang. Maybe are there other gangs besides Cheesaw? How about the Wu-Tang Clan? You want to be the Wu-Tang Clan?
Dougie's Enforcers sounds awesome.
See, what's the name of the Three Ring people? What's their name? Do they have a name? They're the Three
The
Ring.
Circus of Wayward Wonders.
Barnum and Bailey
Yeah,
Circus.
let's call ourselves that. The Circus
The Wayward
of
Warriors?
Yeah, the Wayward Warriors. Circus of Wayward Warriors.
The Wayward Warriors.
Little shout out to
Come
our
out
sister
to
show.
play.
I caught their act, and it was very good. I think we should emulate.
I like it. The
They
Wayward.
had a monk in their troupe. He was okay. Not great. He was okay.
Okay. Well, the Aurorium is dedicated to the monks. It used to be a monk temple. That's, what the Aurorium means. So, monks are welcome here. In fact, you'll probably find lots of monk accoutrements throughout the arena.
Excellent.
So aren't you here for some suspicious character or so? I believe you were looking for someone, looks over and whispers really low. Franca, is that it?
Franca Lawrence.
Yes.
How do we run into this cat?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't possibly keep tabs on every fighter, servant, or customer here. In fact, you should be glad I even decided to meet with you at all. It's a good thing that I owed Celia a favor.
Do we have any sort of description of Franca?
Yes, you do.
I think it'll be in your interest because this person is planning a mass attack, and we want to prevent that.
That's why you're here,
Yeah,
right?
he's terrible for business.
Terrible for business. That's great. I'm glad you're here to take care of that. I got a show to take care of and a couple, tens of thousands of people to deal with. So you do your job and I'll do mine. How about that?
Okay.
So here, let's bring you over. I'll bring you over to the other area because you're going to be on a little while. So let's head on over. And he walks you through the arena. And while you're walking, you have time to ask him a few more questions because it's good 1,500 feet to get to the gladiatorial preparation area, which I'm bringing to right now.
Well, what tips can you give us that might give us an edge?
Tips? Make sure the crowd loves you. That is the best tip of all.
We've never had that problem, so everyone loves us wherever we go. We're very entertaining. We've even won a theater troupe. Oh, that's a different. Sorry,
except for the criminals, they don't love us so much.
Sounds
Even
great.
some of them like us, at the end of the day. We actually ended up teaming up with them.
So as you get to the gladiatorial preparation area, he goes on to explain that this is also known as the pit, where you see the other gladiators are performing warm-up stretches, polishing their blades, oiling their armor. The atmosphere is actually quite jolly and very cordial. They are having a lot of fun. They're talking to each other. They're joking with each other. You wouldn't know that later today they're all going to be fighting against each other. They all look like they're best friends here. Genfin brings you over and says, "Hey, listen up, everybody. We got a late entry. We got here the Wayward Warriors. They're going to be opening up the event today. So make sure you give them a good old welcome. They never participated before in the Blood Games." And they all look over to you and give you a little nod, little say, "Hey, how you doing?" Everyone's sort of waving to you and saying hi. It seemed pretty nice.
I flash him a big smile.
Okay.
Where my little guy is? My little guy. Oh, there I am. And I roll a 2 again.
Haha, not so good.
God, I suck at this. I'm off my game.
Hey, look, take it easy on us. We're new. Please pull your punches. We don't want. We're just trying to earn a little coin.
They all look at each other. They're all like, don't worry, we won't hurt you much.
Yeah, try not to kill me or.
They're looking at each other. It's like, well, as long as you don't do that to us, we won't do it to you.
Where's the champion? Is he in this room?
Champ? They're looking around. They're like, oh no, the champ's not here right now. He likes to prepare on his own. He's probably somewhere, but don't worry, you'll see him.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want him to kill me. I'm just saying.
They all look at each other like, yeah, us either.
How deep is the pit from the stands?
The pit? I mean,
Yeah.
you can see here.
I'm looking down, and I don't know how deep that could be.
Oh, that's about 100 feet between. So the pit area and the stands. It's this is about 100. It's about 100 feet between.
100 feet?
Yeah. Well, each square is 25 feet. So, but it's long though. You said between the
like
wall.
100 feet down?
No, it's not down.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
He's
Like,
saying
how
from
far-
where-
how
down.
how deep is it?
Oh, how deep is the pit? In other words, how far are you down? Okay, so the wall is 15 feet high. So the stadium is surrounded on all sides by thousands of tiered seats, separated by the arena by a 15-foot tall stone wall. So, and between the stone wall is where you are, and you're standing, and that's kind of like a moat. And where you are is kind of big. It's about 100 feet between the arena wall and the actual stands. And so that's so you are 15 feet from the stands, but you're the same level as the arena. Like you just walk right out to the arena, so you're no difference. And then obviously on the sides, because you're all the way at the end, you're like where the end zone is. On the sides, like in the east and west, that's only about 25 feet away. Close enough that you can see the action and get some blood on you, but not so close because they fight out with a lot of monsters, and they don't want to get too close, and they do try to keep the monsters from wandering into the stands.
So if you get in real trouble, you could just sort of run all the way out through this tunnel and out onto the street.
Well, yes, you could actually leave if you really have some trouble, but if you leave the arena, it's immediate disqualification if you purposely leave the arena. Obviously, if a monster throws you out into the stands, which is common, and the crowd loves it, they expect you to run back in and keep on fighting. So, again, it's voluntarily tapping out is basically that disqualification. You lose your match. So.
Yeah.
So we only have to climb 15 feet to get out of the arena, right?
Well,
no, it's climb at all, or you just walk out?
What do you need to climb for? What are you talking about?
Like if we're trapped.
You're not trapped. The arena is 500 by 1,000 feet. Why would you be trapped?
Like the arena's on the same level as the outside. It's kind of like a rodeo where it's
like here and here are the same level.
Yeah, they're the same.
Right.
Okay.
Boy, that's weird. Okay.
No, it's not. This is where you are. Okay, that's the part of the arena. This is that's where the stands are. Sorry, that's where you're warming up. You can see there's some tents here.
Oh,
there's equipment.
It's like a rodeo setup where like the cattle and stuff is just on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, it's not like the Roman Colosseum where it's like they are forcing you to go in there and they have a wall so you can't escape.
Yeah, there's literally a 15-foot wall between the stands, but that's actually to protect the people in the stands. They'd probably put them closer if they could.
It's a little bit like a racetrack.
It's exactly like a racetrack.
Like we're in the pits,
Yeah, you're just in the pits. You're just like outside. Or a football game, like, you're just on the sidelines. Like you're literally on the sidelines, and then the stands start up 15 feet. So there you go. So anyhow, with that, everyone's starting to stream in. The sun is rising. And before you know it, Lord Ganfin walks into the arena and motions for you to follow him. And then he looks at everyone. The murmurs of thousands of spectators crescendo into roars of excitement as you step onto the earthen battlefield. Dust floats up from the cracked dirt of the blood-soaked arena floor and swirls around the various obstacles set up for the exhibition. A large portcullis rises on the far side of the arena to reveal a dark tunnel. Immediately, 4 massive 8-legged beasts, flaming spittle flying from their mouths, emerge from the open gate, stampeding forward in a mad rush. The fight is on. And with that, Lord Genfin runs out, and as he does, he says, "Try not to kill them!"
We'll try.
And you are in the thick of it. Hold on, let me move you to the battle arena.
It occurs to me that none of us look like we're carrying weapons. Lomang doesn't have weapons.
I have a crossbow.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's true. And I have my magic ring that hides all my weapons. Basil has a sword king, but...
I do have a bow, though.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not heavily armed.
I have my teeth.
I didn't get to introduce my character.
What do you mean?
My persona of Fancy Dan, aristocrat assassin.
I like it.
That's awesome.
You are the aristocrat assassin. Okay. So you are actually in a very small portion of the arena because this arena is so gargantuan. And you can see that there's various events going on and they're setting up. Again, very much like, I don't know, You ever gone to a circus where there's 3 rings? Well, you're actually in the center ring because you're now the main event. And sure enough, as you can see on the other side, there's these gigantic creatures that are 20. What are they? They're just huge. So they're 15 by 15, and what do these look like? Let me explain what they look like.
Do we know how many rounds we're going to have to fight so I can balance, so I can like budget my slots?
You have all day, so
It's a long day.
This is gonna be an incredibly long day. So this is round 1. And then you got to find the bad guys, and you got. Let me put it this way: you're going from level 11 to level 12 today, so you figure it out.
Oh my god, really?
If you survive.
Kind of crazy.
So you better use your spells with economy.
Oh, I'm sure comprehend language will come in real useful.
Don't expect a lot of healing from me, guys. Don't get hit.
The terrifying apex predators known as Emberox torment their prey, spewing oil from their mouths that they can then set alight. Commonly called flint beasts, Emberox drag their overlarge claws, 4 on each paw, along the ground as they move, creating showers of sparks with every granting step. You see 4 of these creatures, and they are ready to rumble! Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm in the blue corner, weighing in at 3,800 pounds.
Let's grab everybody. The screen is so big it's hard for me to grab everyone.
Roll for combat!
I yell a mighty battle cry. For the crowd! For fun! For excitement! For blood! And I try to demoralize the first one.
Are these squares 5 or 10?
These are 5 feet. Alright, demoralize. But none of them are within 30 feet of you, so it does not work. Dougie is up.
If it makes you feel better, I'm a little intimidated.
Dougie does nothing.
The crowd loves it. You're just waiting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Emberox. Oh boy. Oh boy, they're excited. Oh boy, they're excited. Here we go. Emberox number 1. Let's see. What are they going to do?
I have a feeling they're going to charge.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is when you have initiative, the smartest thing is for the monsters to attack. You know, if they're not smart, they'll charge you, and then they, rather than spending your movement and then having like 1 round to attack, it's just.
That's why I like the more liberal use of readied actions in other systems.
Yeah,
this one's very they kind of don't have readied actions.
These creatures are smarter than you. No, whoever said they were dumb.
Wait.
Oh no.
Not smarter than me.
Okay, but they're smarter than all of you by like a mile.
Yeah, but they don't have Dougie's regard for the law. They're not elevated.
Most things are smarter than Lomang. So.
But how is their society roles?
I have emotional intelligence.
Are they refined? Are they classy?
Sure. Okay. I am going to draw probably the largest thing you've ever seen. Let's draw this.
I like the map that we're playing on. It's very surreal.
Like I'm pulled out 100% all the way, and I have to be to get everybody in the screen. It's so big.
I know.
Okay, the first Emberox runs across. First of what it does is it runs down, and you think, oh, this thing's charging me. And then suddenly, it makes a 90-degree turn and runs in front of the other Emberox. And as it strides, a trail of fire appears behind it as it moves. All those squares you see have caught on fire, creating a 5-foot-tall wall of flame. Everything behind the wall is concealed. and you can't see.
Oh my god.
Next one is up. And then another one goes. Okay, this one's also drawing. It's also doing a firewall. Okay. Dougie's up. You see a wall of fire about, I don't know, 150 feet long and 15 feet wide and 5 feet tall, causing concealment behind everything, and you can't see through. Go.
Dougie charges into the wall of flame. No, he doesn't do anything. He waits for his trusty companions with bows and crossbows and spells to do their turn.
Gomez is up.
Can we see any of them?
I cast Prestidigitation to entertain the crowd.
Fireworks come out of your head.
Fireworks, yep. I pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Okay, the crowd seems to sort of like that. Actually, give me a roll for that. Give me a performance check.
All right.
Oh, that's actually a good call. That's
actually,
a very appropriate call.
Yeah, you're gonna perform. Let's see that performance, baby. 21. You rolled a 3.
I rolled a 3. I almost won a hero point.
God,
They are not entertained. Boo! Boo! They're starting to throw stuff at you.
They want to see combat.
Basil.
Even Dougie's booing.
You're out.
I am going to pull out my bow. I am going to devise a stratagem against, looks like Eberarch 4 is the
You can't
closest
see it.
one. I
Can't
can
see it.
though. Or, well, if it's concealment, I have blind fight. So
Ooh.
I can.
Oh wow, nice.
You have a lawyer for
Maybe.
that?
Is it concealed or is it hidden? Because if it's concealed, I don't need to succeed at a flat check to target concealed creatures.
Oh, that's a good lawyer to have. It's
is
nice.
good.
And I only need a DC 5 to target hidden creatures.
Thank God.
Draw
it
them out and drown them.
Finally comes into play. It finally comes into play. I've never heard you have this.
Flat check to target concealed. Okay. They're concealed, so they're not hidden. So
This is the situational power.
Number 4 you're trying to hit.
Yep.
All right, we'll see.
And I'm going to go ahead and use that.
All right, you roll 36.
The eyes of a tegu are better than an eagle.
Are you going to tell me your stratagem?
Okay. So
Damage sucked, but
the range is 100 feet. How many feet away is it? Up.
it's into the second increment, I guess,
Okay.
technically.
So let's see. So you
Actually,
don't.
no. Is it the front or the middle of the creature?
If
If it's the front, it's in the first range.
Well, it doesn't matter. You still hit. So yeah. So you actually see it, and you hit it, and you do some damage.
So I get the 12 and the precision, so I get 23.
Nice job.
23 damage.
Dougie, aim for the armpits or wherever I hit it.
All right.
Are you done, Basil?
That's 3 actions, so yeah. Oh, and I give my shared stratagem to Dougie if he wants to use it.
Okay.
Actually,
Who's
you
up?
should give it to Lomang.
Who's
Of
up?
course, he only has a useless
As
crossbow.
Lomang is up.
Lomang or Dougie?
So I can't see any of them, yes?
You can, but you need a DC. You have to make a flat check to target them.
Like what's a flat check? What does that mean exactly?
You have to roll. A creature you're concealed from must succeed a DC 5 flat check when targeting you. So basically, if you try to use your crossbow on them, you have to roll a DC 5 flat check. You have to roll 5 or higher. If you roll a 1 or 4, even if you critted them, it misses because you just couldn't find them.
I see you do a DC, and then is there a mischance or something?
Well, that's the mischance.
Oh, so it's only a 5. Okay, so that's not hard.
It's
right?
20%.
It's like semantics whether you roll it before and can't even target it, or whether you roll it after you roll the attack.
It actually is very important because if you try to cast a spell and then you cast it, you blow the spell if you miss.
Well, that's true. Targeting would imply you can't even see it to get a shot. So that
Right.
All right, so I'm going to pull out my crossbow, load my crossbow, and then make my DC 20 check, and then fire.
Wow, that's pathetic. Against which one?
The one that's closest.
Okay.
It's within the first range, too.
Okay. It's turning out to be a wonderful... They're loving this. They're loving this fight. Okay, you make it. You think you can see it through the through the flames.
Okay.
And smoke. It's probably a lot of smoke because if they got greasy drool.
Forgot to do an expeditious inspection and see if what they might be vulnerable to. Or it looks like they're resistant to fire. Yeah, I'd like to point out I took Blind Fight like 2 or 3 levels ago, and I've never had a chance to use it until now. So it finally came in useful.
It's really good.
Actually, I guess it wasn't 2 or 3. I guess it was like at level 10 when we redid the free archetype. I had some slots clear up, and I took Blind Fight with one of those slots. So I guess I've only had it for a level, but still.
Okay, shoot them crossbow. 38.
Crit!
Not even close.
It's gotta be close. It can't
It's not even close.
Really?
Yeah, these creatures fought underneath Tarbathon and were part of its shock troops. So good luck.
Oh my god.
38. Yeah, you hit. 13 points of damage.
All right, I'll take it.
You're done. Dougie's up.
Where's my precision damage? No.
Why would you get precision damage from
'Cause
a
I'm a-
two-handed crossbow?
Because I'm a rogue.
You don't get precision damage from a crossbow?
Sure you do.
No,
Under
you
the right
don't.
circumstances, you can.
Okay.
Right? I mean, if they're flat-footed, like they can't. There's such things as like bow rogues, aren't there?
You look that up. They're not flat-footed. Dougie's up.
Well, I'm going to move up here.
Dougie feels stupid that he threw his crossbow away.
Oh no, he actually feels. I feel very superior having. Dougie feels very smug having made the right decision for every single fight, including this one. He's going to move up here and let's see. Can he prepare an attack if one of them steps within melee range? Is that a preparation that's legal?
That's it. Yep.
Okay,
So that's your
what I'm
whole.
gonna
That's
do.
the rest of your turn, and then you're done. So if one comes within melee range, you make one attack. That's all you get to do. All right, next one goes. Now the fire will disappear.
So far, the monsters are putting on a better display than us.
Way better. So the one that you wounded charges up a bit, a little bit closer to, and whoever's closest. Basil's closest. So it'll just spit at you. 27 minus 2.
My future-proof computer is the future is now, I think. It might be time for an upgrade.
Is there any game that your machine can't run?
No.
Okay, so a 25. Does that hit you, Basil?
It should not.
It does not hit you. Very good. Very good. And then it makes one more spit at Basil. Does a critical 37 hit you?
Oh, I think so, Steve.
So you take a whopping 32 points of wait, let's see, how does this work? What do you get? Oh no, it's something even worse. So it hits you with its spit, and you are now coated in slippery flammable oil. Now give me a reflex save.
Oh, Basil, get away from me. You're disgusting.
22. Do you wish to hero point the 3 that you rolled?
Oh, it's so early in the day to be using a hero point, but I'm not. I get the feeling I don't want to critically fail this. I'm gonna go ahead and hero point. That's better. It's not great.
32. All right. The good news is the only thing that happens to you is you catch on fire. Here's the best part. If you're ever hit with an effect that does critical persistent damage, while you have persistent damage on you, it crits every time. How about that for fun?
Do you use me?
Yeah, that's right. That's how it works. So you have critical damage on you that will be persistent. So every round you're going to take, unless you get it off of you, 3d6 times 2 points of damage. In the meantime, as soon as it hits you, immediately take 32 points of damage, and you're on fire. That was just the first one. That was the one you hit, by the way. So now it's angry at you. Now the next one goes. This one's charging forward. Oh, it's getting right to your faces. It's getting close. Let's see how close it is. Not close enough. All right, well, it's close enough that it will. It'll also spit. This time at Lomang.
Is it spitting fire?
Yeah. It spits. It's basically spitting slippery, flammable oil that's also on fire.
Gotcha.
36. That will hit
miss.
you. Give me a reflex save.
Okay.
I like all the measurement arrows going all over the place.
That's a huge battle map.
Yeah, that's needed.
Reflex save. 21. You rolled a 2. You want to keep that?
God.
Yes, I will keep that.
You will keep that. As you keep that, you are covered in oil. And since you are covered in oil, you are clumsy too. Clumsy just affects all your dexterity-based checks and DCs, including your armor class, your reflex save, ranged attack rolls, skill checks using acrobatics, stealth, or thievery. So you are coated in this oil that is also on fire. So you are also clumsy too. So your AC is actually down by 2, plus your reflex is down.
How do we make that go away?
Get rid of the oil.
How do you do that?
And you're on fire. It's a flat check. It takes two actions to do something to try to remove it from you. Or it randomly gets away. You have a, a 25% chance at the end of every turn to have it go away. Okay. Number 2 goes.
I'm kind of tempted to pull out that trick again. Remember that elemental that can quench fire?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of tempted to summon him up, get him on our team.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling that we're only going to be fighting fire guys once.
Yeah.
Get
I'm a
really
little low.
mad.
It's like I'm a little loath to use slots though. I don't know. It's like I kind of don't know whether to just go ahead and use slots because this is a big fight and then there'll be smaller ones later.
No,
or
I
it's
think
gonna
you'll
just build.
I think the elemental is a really good call right now.
Well, number 2 runs forward as well and spits on Dougie and misses. So you do not get hit. And the last one. And all these, let's see what this one does. It's moving forward. Okay. They're in front of you. They're ready to party. Gomez.
They are.
What do you do?
Chain lightning!
I'm for it. Come forth from the land of steam and water. Come forth, oh great Zarnozanth the Magnificent, first of his name, boiler of kettles, the teapot terror. And I summon my elemental that has saved our butt in flamey situations twice already.
What level is this guy?
Very low.
He's a mephit. He's a water mephit.
Oh, level 0. Okay.
Right, but he has the ability Drench. One action, water mephit puts out all fires in a 5-foot emanation. Mephit extinguishes all non-magical fires automatically and attempts to counteract magical fires +7 to counteract modifier. So summon him up. Your job, mephit, is when we catch on fire, put us out.
So right now there's 2 people on fire currently.
So did you where do you put him? You tell me.
That's a good question. Wait, let me check the range. Wait, where am I?
If you put him between those guys, does he put him out automatically?
I made the fatal flaw of clicking my link that then made Hero Lab go away and then replace it with Memphitness. All right, so range 30 feet. So who's on fire?
Basil and Lomang are both on fire.
Lomang, you're tough. You can handle it. I appear him right next to Basil, so he can take care of Basil first.
Okay. Well, let's see. He puts out all fires in a 5-foot emanation. He extinguishes all non-magical fires automatically. Well, these are magical fires.
Are they though?
That's the +7 whatever next part.
Are you
Correct.
sure? That's that magical? It's oil, right? It's a burning magical oil?
Uh-huh.
Comes from their bodies though, right?
they're level 11 creatures, so everything they're doing, it's magical. So all you need to do is give me a pull. You roll a d20, and then I will tell you if you succeed. I think the DC
let me
is
accomplish that.
31 or something.
So you just can't do it. It just will not work.
Should I add in the bonus, or do you want to do it?
You can. It doesn't matter. Just roll a d20.
I mean, if it's 30, whatever. I mean, you rolled natural 20. It's 27.
19.
Oh, 19 plus 7. So 26. All right, I'm actually gonna have to look this one up. Let's see. Oh, actually, they're only level 10, so they're not that bad. All right, making me look up counteract. Okay, so the way counteract works is the success will counteract if the counteract level is no more than one level higher than you. And the critical is it only works if they're no more than 3 levels higher than you. So a water method is level 1, and these are level 10. So nothing will put out this fire from this water method. They have no ability to put out this fire.
I'm so disappointed in you, Xenarthax, first of your name.
You summoned a level 1 creature to put out a level 10 fire.
I thought we were talking about burning oil, normal fire.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It seems weird that it's magic.
As opposed to you, whose hands are made out of like adamantium magical, like fey creature things. You have a whole bunch of things.
I don't know, man. Like that description of their spitting out oil and then setting it alight. That sounds totally biological and mundane. That does not sound magical. Like you want to see magical? Like my spells are magical. My wall of fire that'll put up. That's magic. That looks magical.
All right.
Well, let's see. The Trail of Flame was magical fire. Its other abilities are magical fire. So.
Yep. So it doesn't work.
So this one, it doesn't say that. It just says fire. So either they forgot it or it's just fire. So I will say you're right. So
good.
You put out Basil's fire. Basil, you're up.
It's creative.
And also, it's like what? It's like it's an annoying flat check that I'm countering. I mean,
right.
I used up a slot to relieve us of the inconvenience of rolling a flat check all the time.
I'm guessing like the actual making of the flame is magical, but the crap that he's spitting out is from its body.
Right. So it's like yeah, exactly. So it's like I use a produce flame to light the flaming oil. You know. Like,
right. That's what I think. That's how I read it.
Another bad thing about that elemental, it's also going to eat an action of mine every round.
Actually, you can also move the water method because it was 1 round to quench, so you have 1 more action.
Oh, right. So move him over. Yeah, move him over to Lome, the other on fire person.
All right. Well, he can't put him out yet, though, but he's next to him.
All right. Well, let's start with an expeditious inspection as a free action. Try to figure out what we can do to damage them.
Okay. Here's what you know. They are huge beasts that are very smart. They're made out of fire. They actually even speak common. They can spit fire. They can make trails of fire. They're immune to fire. They have jaws. They have claws. And that's all you know.
Do they have reach?
You think they definitely have massive reach. And they have nothing that they are vulnerable to. Not even
Fantastic.
cold. Not even water. Nothing.
Hydraulic push.
Nope.
Put him out.
Doesn't work. They're magically aflame. And they're Tarbafon's shock troops. They're very, very strong. In fact, you know that these fought underneath Tarbafon's command during the Fiendflesh Siege. And have been actually fighting in the arena for quite some time. They are very popular, in fact.
And that Tarbafon is like some kind of horrific lich or something that was in that prison.
That got out.
Yeah,
and in fact, attacked Absalon and almost destroyed it. But he was repelled at the last second. So, yeah, in fact, these creatures were given a more lenient sentence to perform in the arena on a regular basis. They're very smart. In fact, probably smarter than everyone except Basil here. So, good luck. You're up.
Who's up? Basil's up, right?
Mhm.
All right, going to devise a stratagem against number 4.
Let's see. Now, I probably should have increased that because is it plus 20?
I think so, yeah. I'll double check my character sheet, but I assume it also goes up.
So you rolled a 34.
All right, then I will go ahead and attack. Actually, I will use my Eldritch Archer ability to apply mental damage to the shot. It takes one of my actions, but if I think I'm going to hit, it would give me extra damage.
Okay. And you hit.
So I get the 12, the 9, and the 6. So it's 27.
So the Eldritch damage is 2d6, and you rolled a 3. Dang.
You're done. Lomang. You're on fire and you're clumsy.
Oh, you beasts. I yell out to the beasts from hell. I say, beasts from hell, surrender, and we will go easy on you. If you run, just run away.
Okay. Crane stance, okay.
Activate it.
Okay.
I say I go for it.
I don't know what go for it means. Oh, he's running right up to it.
Let's go for it.
All right.
Actually, if you're going to do that, I'll go first if you want flanking.
It's too late. He already
Wait,
went.
I'm going for it. I want to please the crowd. I'm on fire. I'm attacking.
After he's like done two
Can't
actions.
give you... Yeah,
Too late.
And I attack.
that chicken thing.
Okay, you attack. 39. You hit. Is that the right
Nice.
attack? Is that all you
Yep.
roll? 39?
Yeah, 39. It's just a crane strike. Yep.
Okay,
And
well, you
another one.
hit.
You're level 11, you hit for 15 damage?
Right now.
Okay.
Takes actions.
I'm sure
do
it's...
they
dead.
reply in common to me like that they're going to surrender, or they're not in the mood?
They laugh. They're like, oh. Actually, as you hit them, and they can talk. They're like, it's like, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Go easy on me, please.
All
Don't
right,
kill me.
so I can move 30. Let's see. Is that 30 for me? Yeah.
If you hold down the Q button,
Oh, is that how you do it?
yeah, click on your character, hold it down, then hit Q, and you can even like queue up action like your move, so you can see it actually moving like in multiple steps.
Well,
All right, Dougie, let's do
I
this.
measured 30.
That's
Q doesn't
30.
seem to work. Okay. I am going to do a slice and dice standard maneuver. Start with a Mongosh.
Yeah,
And that's
uh-huh.
just a 33. Okay, I hit for 13. That's an opener for 13. And the rapier. Oh, there we go. Oh, for only 12? What the what?
So,
Only 12. It's pretty weak.
so 25, that's it.
I'm sure this thing is almost dead.
Yeah, it's still green. A few things. We forgot to take Lomang's persistent fire damage.
Oh, yeah, so how much is that?
12 points
Heal me.
as you're on fire. Then give me a flat check to see if it goes away. Roll a d20. All you need is a 15
right, hold on.
or higher. That's it. That's all you need. And what did you roll? A 4. Nope. You're still on fire. And you're
Yeah.
still clumsy, too.
Where's that method?
Oh, it's actually far away from you. Dougie, you got one more action or are you done?
I am done.
The Emberak goes. Oh, it's gonna
Here's
be...
where the payback is going to be
No,
punishing.
you're all gonna die, actually. This is
Yeah.
a quick combat.
The big payback.
It doesn't even have to go that close to you, Dougie. You know what?
It doesn't have to get close to me at all. There's plenty of other people to attack.
Flanking.
There's a lot of people to attack.
Although, isn't it possible that you can't get flanked if you guys ever remember that rule?
That's true, yes. That is correct. Neither of us
Someone
do.
ever remembers that.
No,
They probably don't know that, but-
It doesn't apply because I have to be higher level than them. It has
You
to
are
be-
higher level.
You are higher level, at level 10.
Well, I don't know what level these are, so
Oh,
yes.
God.
and it
I never thought
applies.
anyone would actually give up. Okay, fine. You want to be flanked? I'll let
Steve,
I'll let it
I don't
happen.
start this fight knowing what level they are.
He
Right?
did say it though.
I know, but I'm telling you so that you know.
Come on,
Trying to be
guys, you're both
Trying to be
right.
helpful.
Yeah, it's like a player doesn't necessarily know what level the monster is. That means if it's level dependent, then the DM has to kind of have that in the back or have a note, or the player has to constantly remind the DM is like, does my flanking thing work? Does my flanking thing work? I don't know,
Frankly,
it's just a little messy.
I don't think it's even attacking me. It's closer to Basil. Sorry, Basil, but you're
No,
gonna
but it
get
has
it.
reach though.
This thing's gonna get you.
All right, so the first thing it does is it throws crude insults and growls threatening at all of you. And it says, your mother was a elberry and your father was a grapefruit. And plays up to the crowd. So everyone, including the Mephit, has to give me a will save.
Yeesh. Okay.
Oh,
Makes it
goodness.
22. Gomez critically fails.
That is
Basil
awful.
21.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah. Well.
Yep.
Hey, can you roll? What is the? I'm gonna roll just a 20 for the method.
The Mephit rolled a 6.
Lomang rolls a 40.
Oh, good.
Okay, Lomang is totally fine. Let's see. Those of you who failed are so scared that you're frightened too and paralyzed
Oh my god.
because you're so scared.
I think it's time to pull out
Your
some big
body
ones.
is frozen in place. You have the flat-footed condition and can't act except for recall and knowledge. Let's see. And that is Dougie is, let's see, frightened 2 and paralyzed.
What kind of attack was that? That was like a...
It was a auditory, emotion, fear, mental. And all
Oh,
it
that's
did
everything.
was just, scream at you and say terrible, terrible things. Basil, you are also frightened 2 and paralyzed for 1 round. Water Mephit is frightened 4 and paralyzed for a long time.
It kind of doesn't matter because since I'm paralyzed, right? I won't be able to sustain him, so he's going to go away.
You can't sustain him with your mental.
Correct.
Yeah, the only thing
Oh.
I can recall knowledge about him. I can remember him fondly.
Yeah, you can remember him fondly. Okay, so after he runs over to you and screams and yells and does all this horrible stuff, Gomez frozen in fear. Water Mephit frozen in fear. Dougie scared, frozen in fear. Basil scared, everyone is frozen in fear except for one person. That's Lomang. But now it gets to do its claw attack against Dougie, and you are flat-footed because you are a statue. 32 hits you and does a whopping 22 damage, a little bit of fire.
Ouch.
That one's done. Oh, good, only 3 more now left to go.
Oh no.
This is gonna get bad.
We need some misses. If they just never
Dougie.
miss.
Oh, they're gonna
now
hit. They're gonna hit everything.
claws. Well, I don't know. What's it gonna bite you? First, it's gonna bite you. Because you're frozen. 33. The good news is no fire damage.
The bad
only
news is 20 damage.
20 points of piercing damage.
Well, it's got more
big-
action, so I'll put it in after he does all his attacks.
Well, now it's going to attack again. Misses!
Oh, that's nice.
Because I rolled a 5. It tried to bite you again. I don't know how it missed you as you didn't even move, but now it's going to jaw. Now it's going to claw you.
That'll put that damage in because he's
Missed
probably
you!
gonna miss
Look
again.
at that!
Those -5s and
It misses
8s.
you. Misses you. It only hits you once.
Yep.
So I don't know how you're dodging out of the way while it's like trying to like hit you with fire like left
He
and right.
has some armor too. Are you wearing armor? You are, right?
Not as much as you.
I'm wearing no armor.
Okay, number
Yeah, well.
2 is gonna spit on Dougie. A 40.
It's a crit.
You are on fire, critically on fire. Give me a reflex save. You're fine.
Does fear affect that? I'm paralyzed.
It actually does. So that is a 28. Wow, there's a lot of things on you. Actually, you're right. Let's see. God, there's so many things on you. Frightened is to all your checks, so you're -2 for that. Paralyzed, Believe it or not, it doesn't affect that. You're still okay. Instead, only take 16 points of fire damage. Because you're on fire.
Fire.
Paralysis doesn't affect my
I
reflex
know, it's
save.
weird. It's weird.
That's really funny. Is that funny? That's really funny.
Actually, it hits you 26 because you're frightened too. I forgot about that. You take 17 points of slashing and
Okay, so-
3 points of fire. Another 20 points.
Okay, so the fire and the attack total is. I didn't get the fire in. I was trying to select my character. Was 20? Was the fire 20 or 16?
So altogether, you've taken 36 points of damage.
Okay, so 36.
And now number 1 goes. He's also going to surround you.
He's going for the soft underbelly.
He's attacking you guys. You're like, look at you. You've completely surrounded by these enormous creatures.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
No, it's not pleasant. And now it's gonna bite you, Lomang.
No flanking.
That is correct. Except you are frightened.
Wait, why am I frightened? I critically
Oh, sorry, you're clumsy, which gives you a -2. So your AC is 29. So
missed. Just missed.
just misses. you.
Wow, lucky dog.
You are lucky, but then it's gonna claw you.
Well, if you want flanking, you want to.
I'm gonna get flanking.
You got to get to the other side because I can't move.
I'll do it. I can do it. I'm really good.
Gomez, you are scared. I'll
Yeah.
tell you the good news is your frightened goes down to 3, though.
Bad news is you're frightened 3.
That was your turn.
Oh,
Basil.
and get rid of the Memphit, right?
I will,
Because
I will.
I couldn't sustain.
Basil. Good news is you're no longer frightened at the end of your turn, and your frightened goes down to 1.
There is no good news.
That was your turn.
That is
Lomang, you're up.
He uses his whole turn?
Yes,
that's extremely powerful.
it's extremely powerful. You
All right,
make-
so
Literally
God.
frozen in fear. Literally
That's-
frozen in fear.
Horrible.
all right, so I don't know if they have attacks of opportunity or anything, but I do have a feat that is called mobility, so I can move up to half my speed and not be subjected to any kind of reaction attacks.
That is correct.
I move there.
Okay.
Okay, and then I activate Heaven's Thunder.
There you go.
Nice, and I do a fist pump to the crowd as my body's covered in lightning, and there's a crack of a thunder boom as I
Oh,
attack.
okay. That they like. By the way, that was from Big Trouble in Little China. That's when the
Nice.
war
Nice.
storms appear.
Is it lightning and fire? Or
It's
is
lightning and thunder.
but aren't you also burning?
I'm on fire.
You
yeah.
are fire.
So you're on fire. You are a firestorm. You're a walking
Right.
firestorm.
Yeah,
With
it's
fire, lightning, and
actually-
thunder.
You might be getting killed, but you're putting on a show.
Yeah, and I'm not. I act as though the fire is just. I enjoy it because I have my devilish nature enjoys fire. All right, here we go. Attack! Flanking.
Missing. You rolled a 3.
Ugh,
24. Well, also it's...
Ah, God, this is horrific. The misses are just unacceptable at this point. That is a miss,
Missing.
and I'm done. That's
You're
it.
not done yet.
That's I'm out of actions.
You rolled a 3 and
You
a
take
6.
6 points of fire damage. Give me a flat check. See if you get rid of it.
Is it 15 still?
Yeah, it's always...
Oh, it doesn't even get easier?
Nope.
Jeez.
Well, after a full minute, it will come off. Maybe. You are still on fire.
Oh, God, it's so close.
This is...
Ducky,
And I missed my turn. Yeah.
You miss
bye.
your turn, and you're on fire.
and the oil never goes away, right? Or
10 points of damage, Dougie.
I'm at 63 life.
Oh, you're in the red zone.
Oh, yeah. I've been in the red zone, yeah.
Sorry, 20 points of damage because it's critical. Because you were critted when you got hit with it, so it's twice. So I rolled the
oh, so the persistent damage is doubled.
Yes.
Wow.
I know. It's really
Now I have
bad.
I've never
53
seen
life.
that before. That's messed up.
Yeah.
You're frightened
what?
1 and no longer frozen in fear.
One notable thing: even though I
Yes.
might be paralyzed in fear, I am still radiating healing.
That's true. If anyone can get to you, everyone's
Yeah.
If anybody can guess me,
Yeah,
that's
if I
right.
could move, waste 3 turns to get over there and back,
Exactly,
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. Basil might be able to take advantage of that.
Embrock goes. He's not even gonna move. He's just like, oh, look who's in front of me. It's Dougie McDougal from the Clan McDougal. Oh, that's not good. That's 48 points of damage, buddy.
Hey, sooner I go down, the sooner they stop attacking me. I love it.
Bite your head off. That was the first attack with his jaws. You know what? He likes the taste of your man flesh. Ooh, misses.
It's a miss.
Somehow.
Thank God.
And then claw you. Misses. Not a critical. Okay. Embrak. He doesn't like being flanked, but you know what? He's gonna bite Dougie first. Because why not? Up. There goes Dougie. 21 points of damage.
I'm down.
Okay.
Lomang doesn't get flanking anymore.
Ugh.
And now
Doesn't
it's
matter,
going
I
to go
can't hit.
after Lo Mang. And it's going to claw Lo Mang. They're like playing up to the crowd too. They're like talking and like mocking you this whole time, by the way. Like
Yeah.
they're actively like when you go down, Dougie, they're just like, oh, too easy. And now they claw you, Lo Mang, 20 points of damage. And then claw you
They
again.
attack me. Hold on. I'll use my crane flutter
For
on
your
this
last
attack.
one?
On this
Okay.
attack, yeah.
Alright, well, misses.
That does miss because of
Barely, because you're
Oh.
-2 to your AC, so that only was a 31.
that. Right. All right. Now let me do my counterattack.
Oh, you're gonna counterattack? Really?
Yeah, that's the
Please.
there we go.
You actually hit.
So now that 5.5, the
It's a
0.5
mistake. in the
doesn't count,
formula.
right?
It's
Yeah.
just 5. It's just 5.
so-
I'm doing a thing, so it figures that out automatically. I just gotta round it out.
All right, so it's 22 damage.
Oh, you do get all that stuff?
Yeah, that's turned on now. That was that Heaven's Thunder noise.
Ooh, ouch. They see that, the crowd likes it, but then this guy like runs the other side of you. And he doesn't know that
Does not get flanking.
I know he
Okay.
does not get flanking.
He doesn't know, but
He
that's
doesn't
fine.
know that though.
Yeah,
he doesn't
yeah.
know that, so
Yep.
he's just trying, and they're not that. They're smart. They
Oh,
don't
Gomez.
know. Jaws attack on Lo Mag. 33,
Yeah, it hits.
18 points of damage, and it's gonna claw you. Oh, that misses. One more. It's gonna go for the soft underbelly. It sees Gomez is completely petrified as it walks over and then jaws Gomez with its mouth. 28. That hits. 25 points of damage because you're frightened 3. And then we'll claw you once. And that also hits. 19 points of damage plus 3 fire damage.
So what's that all together?
That is 47 points of damage. Good news, Gomez, your frightened goes down by 1 to 2.
Wait, it was started at 4?
Yes.
Oh
And
my
the bad
God.
news is you're still frozen in fear.
Yeah, I crit failed.
Basil, you are up.
Alright, I'm going to devise a stratagem against Eberarch 3.
I think we have to try and get Dougie up.
Okay, you rolled a 30, you tell me. -1, 29.
Shoot. Since Gomez is out of commission, actually, I'm going to run over to Dougie and I'm going to badge him.
Okay. You run over and you badge him, whatever that gives them.
Isn't it like 30? Or does it actually go up and it's 36 now?
You tell me whatever you're going to do.
No, how much does the badge heal more now then? Doesn't it?
Oh, you're using a badge. I thought you were bandaging the badge. That is 30.
Actually, I'll save the badge and I'll use battle medicine. Same basic principles. So, so the assurance roll is 2d8 plus 10.
Okay. So you heal him for 18.
Well, it's like, what are we doing? Either what are we doing wrong, or is it part of the story that we're supposed to just lose this fight? I mean, because
I think
I think that might be part of the story.
I think we need to pull out the big guns, maybe.
well, but this, I mean, we haven't even had a fighting chance in any of this. I don't know what
Yeah,
the hell's
it's-
going
it's-
on, but and they haven't been getting that lucky with their rolls.
Lomang.
And the thing is, wait, these are 10th level creatures.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we're supposed to lose this because that means, well, I'm not quite sure how the math of this thing works, but generally speaking, usually an even fight is a fight you lose. Like, so we're 11th level, they're 10th level. Like, this is in the impossible.
I mean,
range.
I'm open to the possibility that we're missing something tactically, but still, this seems a lot tougher than.
Well, when you lose 4 rounds of being of like that, that's pretty scary. And like you lost 2 rounds, right? Like
that's just 1 round.
Like kind of on the numbers,
round.
they should be like only 1 step. Like they're 1 level. They're a party of 4 10th level characters. Like 1 level lower than us, and they got the initiative and held it. It's like they shot first.
All right. Well, I'm still fighting. I'm not giving up. Never surrender. Never die. And I will actually activate my key strike now. I'm like, all right, I need even more glowy things on my hands, and I hope I don't miss. Key strike attack.
Which one are you hitting? Number 3?
Wounded one. The one, yeah. Actually.
Okay, that's a 31 you hit.
All right, so that does 30 damage, it looks like.
Sure, 30 points.
How much is it giving for the key strike bonus? Does it show there? I'm just curious if it did. Got to roll a 4, 4, 4, and a 1.
Oh, you rolled a 4, 4, 4, 1.
That makes sense, I think. Yeah, because it's 2d6.
4d6.
All right, let's do it again.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we're talking.
There you go. So, is that 46 points of damage?
23, 33, 66.
Oh, I do also get the electricity and...
I do. I get the electricity and the sonic. That's 10 doubled. It's 20, and then 23 twice.
Oh,
it's 46.
And then the other one you should have gotten 30 points. So how much is that?
Yeah, 30 points before. Yep.
Oh, so I owe another 10. So what's the total?
Like 96.
Is it 90? No. What's the total? What's the total for this one?
66.
So 76 points of damage. Okay, now you're talking. Now they're getting a little wounded. Now they're like now they started to fall down.
What? All right, so I use my action. I could attack again.
Now it's like actually starting to look wounded. One is starting to look wounded. The other 3 are still totally fine.
Jeez. So I did 96 damage so far this round, and it's not even. It's only in the yellow.
Yes.
Oh, that's annoying. All right.
Well, when you have 300 hit points each, it's gonna
300. How is that possible? They're level 10. All right, I'm attacking.
Because they're monsters. You missed.
Oh, it's a miss.
You're done?
I'm done.
Emberak. He sees that Dougie came back. Oh, time to kill Dougie again. Oh, Dougie. 17 points of damage. Oh, it actually doesn't kill you, though. It only brings you down to 1.
Dougie, hang in there.
Nah, it's going to play with its food. It's just going to claw Basil.
They're toying with us now.
Oh, misses. Misses again. Lots of misses. Oh, they're totally toying with you. Dougie, you got 1 hit point.
He's actually prone and weapons dropped, right?
Yes, weapons drop. You're prone on the ground. You're on fire, and you have 1 hit point. Go.
Oh, speaking of fire, you got to do my fire.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, 6 points of damage. Give me a flat check. Nope, you don't make it, Chris.
Nope.
Dougie, you have 1 point. You're up. Your turn. All right.
There it is. Okay, so
one hit point. One hit point.
So I took 6 points of damage somehow.
No, I gave it. It attacked you, and yeah, you have 1 hit point left. That's
okay. All right.
But you're prone and weaponless.
You're prone, weaponless, and still on fire.
The weapon's on the ground next to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to put myself off fire. Like this
flat
is silly.
check.
Sure.
So, like, if
do I roll that or do you?
You roll it.
All right.
Spend 2 actions. And
2 actions to put it out.
But you only get it's still a flat check though.
That's right.
Oh my god.
And there's a 10, and fire kills me at the end of my turn.
Actually, I gotta double check because I've done this incorrectly in the past. Hold on.
Because you might get the bonus roll, and then you get an additional roll.
It doesn't matter. I mean, dude, like, I'm surrounded by these 3 monsters.
Get up and fight, Dougie. Never
Yeah, okay.
surrender. I'm not in double digits hit points yet. I did almost 100 damage in one round to one of them.
Yeah, well, when you're not dead, you get to do that.
It's still standing, though, unfortunately. And that's not even, I mean, it's been hit multiple times.
Yeah, this we're supposed to die. Like, don't waste any cooldowns on
I
this
could
side.
run
This
out
is-
of the, I could run away.
Yeah.
Okay, I have
silly.
good news for you. You put out the fire.
All right.
So you can spend 2 actions just to put it out.
Yep,
That's
2
okay,
actions.
good,
The
good.
fire's out.
Okay, so I didn't have to make a flat check?
You
No.
did make the flat check. You rolled
Oh,
a
I
D-
still had to make
It's
one,
a
though.
10. It's a DC
Okay.
10 when
Okay,
you
so
do,
I did
when
the
you spend
DC 10.
2.
Okay.
Yes. It
Okay.
actually lowers.
That's good to know,
And then
though,
it's
for the
permanently
future.
lower
Yeah.
to DC 10 after that.
Yeah, so much of me has burnt that I'm resistant to fire. I will grab one of my weapons. I mean, actually, if I stand up,
That might provoke.
It doesn't take longer to pick up weapons in later rounds, does it? It's still 1 action to pick up a weapon.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll stand up without any weapons. Actually, I'll have my fists. So,
You stand up and you're no longer frightened.
okay, and that might provoke, but
Does not.
fire is out.
Fire's out. The Embrak, who just got his ass handed to you. You would think would attack Dougie, but is instead focusing everything on Low Mang.
Yeah, I would think so.
Because it's like, oh, you just did that to me?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, everyone converge on this ugly orc.
Hey!
Swarm. And they're saying this in comment. Like, you just hear that.
Is that a crit?
Yes, it is. Because he's
Yeah.
-2 to AC.
Yeah.
So,
Jeez.
26 points of damage. That bites you. It's going to bite you again because it's so angry at you.
All right, let me just add it up.
Oh, baby. 42 points of damage. That's 2 crits in a row.
20
74 so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
74. Okay.
You think I can do one more crit? I think
How
I can
about-
do another crit. Let's try it. Let's go for the trifecta. The turkey, if you will.
96 is the number you're trying to beat.
Oh, that stinks.
How much did I take total?
74. 42 plus 32.
All right, so 25, 35, 38,
Oh, wait,
39.
what am I
No, no,
adding?
no, what are you doing? No, no,
26 plus.
It's 26 plus
42.
42. So that's how much damage you took. Are you still standing?
Jeez,
I'm still standing.
I don't see the damage on you. Put that damage on you. Oh, you got.
No.
Do you have 1 hit point left?
41.
41 hit points left. All right. Well, the next one is going.
All right, I'm using my crane flood. No, actually, I'm not.
Okay, you're not. Okay.
No.
Here we come. Jaws. Oh, what's your AC?
29.
That's right. 50 points of damage.
All right, I can use a reaction.
I know what you're doing.
I've never used this before because I've
You've never used it.
I've never gone down. I've
If
never-
it's an attack, is this an attack?
This
No.
is not an attack.
Oh, wow.
No.
I call upon my ancient orc ancestry, and I will never go down. I use my orc ferocity, and so when I'm reduced to 0 hit points, I avoid being knocked out, and I'm at 1 hit point, and I'm staggering there. I will all bloodied and messed up. You can't knock me out.
That is awesome.
Orc ferocity. Your wounded condition increases by 1.
Yeah, the fire's gonna fucking.
God.
Okay. You avoid being knocked down and remain at 1 hit point. So now it gets its next attack.
I can do this all day.
No, you can't actually.
No, we can't.
Because you only get 1 reaction per round.
know.
So. Oh well. Oh,
Miss
it
though.
misses
I
you.
miss. I'm still standing.
Oh, no!
Oh, critical miss. Nice.
Oh, the crowd is loving this. It's like the guys that will not die. Dougie is like on fire, puts it out. He comes back. Gomez frozen solid. Lomang is
Battered and beaten, but will not go down.
covered in fire and electricity and will not go down. The good news is you're winning over the crowd. Except Emberak sees the easy target, leisurely heads over to Gomez and bites him. Oh, that's not good.
That's a crit.
What is that? 17.
34.
34 points of damage. Just gonna jaws you again.
Gomez, heal me!
And hits you, and since you're frightened, another crit for 32 points of damage.
What's that total so far?
34 and 32. It's 68.
That's what I'm at.
66.
I got 58 left. That's enough.
And with its last action, the Ambrak stands up and roars. Are you not entertained? And the crowd roars. As it looks like you're getting your asses handed to you, suddenly handlers rush into the field and start calling off the fight. They're like, fight's over, fight's over, fight's over, Embrax win, Embrax win. The crowd is like booing, and they're quickly, the Embrax quickly run into the corner as they know the drill, as this seems to happen very frequently. And they try to gather you up on stretchers and usher you out of the arena, as you obviously lost.
All right, well, while that's going on, Lomang is cursing them, saying, "Where are you going, cowards? How dare you run from me?"
They're just laughing, as literally one of them was scratched. The other two weren't even touched, and one had a little bit of damage to them. You are quickly rushed to the medical emergency tent.
I'm still on fire. So
I like how Basil is so only
I'm
barely
fairly
wounded.
unscathed.
You like just have some dirt on your lapel, and you're
my suit's a little wrinkled. Can we get this pressed?
Man, that's a
Do you
humbling.
have an emergency tailor on site?
That was fair though. No, because if I understand, if the power level and leveling things between monsters and characters is the same as most other games, we were a full-on 11th level party fighting a full-on 10th level party. That is essentially an even fight, and an even fight, it's at best a coin flip.
If it makes you feel better, that's what's called a severe encounter. That's a severe encounter.
That makes sense.
You guys also were holding back. It's a combination of it was severe, you're holding back, and you're fighting 4 brutes. It's like, if you're fighting 4 magic users, maybe, who knows? But these guys are built to do exactly what they did, and that is damage. They have huge amounts of hit points and really nasty ability.
I think a level 10 monster is more powerful than a level 10 character.
It's worth, it might be. Because a level 10 monster is supposed to be something that you match against a party, right?
Exactly.
A party
so it's like 4 level 10 encounters.
Something,
in one.
yeah, exactly. But the holding back part, I want to defend ourselves a little bit, because the unexpectedly, and this is actually just very unique to this. You never come into situations where it's such an open field where you're on a flat plane with yards and yards and yards between all the combatants and everything. And them setting up this defensive thing right off the bat, like, our smart move was not to fall into their RVS trap and plug them from range and draw them to us, which we did. The only thing was, boy, that fear absolutely took me out. Absolutely. It completely took me out of the fight. That was Save or Die, right? Save or Die completely took me out of the fight. Literally took me completely out of the fight. And that meant all of my big guns useless. Like, I was kind of hoping to get one round, and I absolutely wanted to use the chain lightning.
It wouldn't have been enough, though. Even
it would not have been enough, but we would have had a better showing.
Well, and I don't know if Steve was just messing with us, but if they really had 300 hit points, each of those was Tyro keys.
Oh, really? They really have 300 hit points each?
That's what Steve said.
Wow, I didn't hear that part.
When he was gloating, he's like, they have 300 hit points. I'm like,
I did not hear that part. Yeah, it's true. It's like,
but they had 275 hit points each.
Wow. Each. Yeah, actually,
that's insane.
It's like they would.
3 of them would have been insane. That's 1,000 hit points for 3.
They would simply outlast us because they were doing the kind of damage that we do. But I have 105 hit points. I mean, they have twice and 3 times our hit points.
That as a number. I was just listening to an episode of the other group, and they fought a encounter with like 10 guys with 140 each. That's 1,400 hit points that you got to work through.
Right.
So I mean, it's possible. I mean,
no, but actually, I like this. Like we were talking with the Patreons about this, and I actually really like this. You never see this. You never see every single movie that's an action movie or an adventure movie. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Every single one has a scene where the hero loses a fight and then is a prisoner or like has to escape or like, has to maneuver something. And that never, ever, ever happens in D&D. And so I actually applaud them for putting in an encounter that actually puts that into the adventure story of a game like this for once.
Unless we were supposed to have a chance and win.
No, I don't think we were supposed to have a chance.
You have a chance, but a small one.
Right, but then it's set up, right? Because that was like the first fight of our series of fights, right?
Correct.
Right. So it's like even if we got lucky and blew everything that we had on this fight, winning this fight, the next fight would kill us. And even if we somehow survive that,
how to win the next one with no
right.
Spells.
And then if we did that, and it's geared up that way. It's actually really like I actually applaud them for that. It's very innovative. Never see this before in adventures. Never see this.
True.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed getting destroyed and nearly brought.
Oh, we never said that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who the hero doesn't like getting beat up.
No, that's true. But it's a nice change of pace. The medics quickly put out the fires. Each of you get 23 hit points healed. The rest is up to you. You have to take care of your own medicines. You went through the first fight. And Lord Gaffin comes over to you and just sort of smirks and says, "Hope you're better at defusing bombs than you are fighting monsters."
Jeez, you should have given us a little heads up there.
Yeah, I know, it's like us too.
I mean, you should have let us give us an idea of what we're in for. I hope all of your paperwork's in order.
Well, it's all in order. Don't worry. He holds up like 4 certificates. He says, "These are your death certificates. Good thing I didn't have to fill them out, huh?"
Oh, man.
Good thing I saved your bacon by calling in the medics. Right?
Yeah, right.
Anyhow.
We had them right where we wanted them.
So we passed the hazing ritual, huh? So we're one of you now, right?
Yeah, the other guys look at you and they're sort of laughing. After going through that, they actually, that this is actually pretty common. These guys are nearly not impossible to beat, but this is very common. Those Embrex have been here for years, not even months, but years, and they're still alive. So yeah, you don't really get through that. He's like, "Well, if it makes you feel any better, you did put on a good show. Especially you, Lo Mang, or whatever you're calling yourself. Especially you, Mang Lo. You really put on a show with your fire and lightning and the way you almost died and then brought yourself back from the brink. And even you, big fellow, when you fell down and got yourself back up. And, the goblin, you took it like a goblin, I tell you, getting hit time and time again until, you almost died, but the crowd loved it. So at least look forward to that." So I was told to tell you something by the captain. He whispers over to you, says, "Good news is you don't have any more fights for the rest of the day. Everyone else has to go through their rounds, and then we'll see where you're going to place. But considering how well you did there, you're not going to place very high. In fact, I think you're going to place pretty low. So you got you got most of the day free. I suggest you poke around and see if you can find our little friend and see if you can find that bomb somewhere. As to where to look, I have no idea, but maybe start talking to some of the other gladiators, see if they know anything or have seen this Farron person."
Franca Lawrence.
Anyhow, I gotta go introduce the next act. This one's a tough one, as opposed to, you guys were just the opening number. The one to warm up the crowd. Let me go take out the big guns over there. And then he like quickly goes out, and sure enough, you start seeing some Tyrannosaurus Rexes being led into the arena.
Really?
And with and with like another group ready to fight them. And not only these T-Rexes actually have battle armor on top of them. So you see 4 T-Rexes in the arena with armor and spikes on their bodies.
Do they have lasers also?
No, they don't. What was the name of that game back in the Gamma something that had
Gamma World?
No, it wasn't Gamma World, but it was Gamma Rama. Oh, I can't remember it. I had it for a long time.
Well, that is impressive.
You know what we were? We were the letting the birds free ceremony. That's what we were. We were letting the doves fly. We were the doves, and that was the ceremony. We got through the initiation.
Hey man, you got to warm up the crowd. They need blood. They need drama.
Oh, they got blood. They
got it. They got it all right.
I almost took one of them out. I think kind of.
Yeah.
100 hit points away.
We can do a hand wave here, right? This is
you have time, so you can do a hand
long,
wave
right,
heal,
so.
And you have most of the day until you have to compete again. So you have plenty of time to investigate. But good news is it's early in the day. Good news is you don't have to compete for a while. Bad news is you have no idea where this person might be. But you got a clue. You actually can go back and talk with some of the gladiators. So there you go.
We are one of them.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, Agents of Edgewatch. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com. You can also find us and play various games on our Discord channel at discord.rollforcombat.com.